Hey there. I am so excited to share this with you. It's so much fun. So, I was working with a client recently and they're having an event, and we were looking for something that could be a real irresistible offer, like an at event special for people who invested at this particular event. In this case, it's a company that's selling spirits. They are selling this particular spirit as an investment. It's a really great new investment class. And we're thinking, okay, what would be different? Something that the sales floor doesn't offer in their one-on-one calls that really could be available here at the seminar. And the gentleman I was working with said, and I love this, what could be like the Pokemon ghost card? And I said, what's that? And he said, it was way back when you were collecting Pokemon cards. There were, these little packs of cards, for those of you not familiar. My son's 20, so I remember these. But there were certain cards that you could only get if you went, for example, to the conference. And those cards would go way up in value because they were so rare and they were, it was scarce to be able to get them. You could only get them at this certain conference. Then I was talking to another client sharing about this because I wanted to use the concept to help our brains think about what would be an amazing bonus or limiter, something limited that could be a bonus. And she said, they used to do that at Princess House, which I guess had, all kinds. I think it was a direct sales company that had all kinds of cutlery and plates and things like, things that you could buy for your kitchen. And there was the thing called the Princess House cake plate, which again was only a certain time of year, or you had to make a certain purchase. I don't even know the parameters around it, but people know the Princess House cake plate. So my question for you is, what is your Pokemon ghost card? What is your Princess House cake plate? One example that I remember, actually this was just, we used this a month ago. I was having some events at my home, just some small VIP level events where we would nail your offer on the first day and put together your speak to sell talk on the second day, 6 people. And for the people that wanted to continue to work with me and do some private VIP work post this event, so that was my upsell offer, one of the things that I had was a card deck I created. They say live sassy on the front, and there's about a dozen cards that have all my little sayings like be the client you want to attract and build the plane as you fly it and structure gives you freedom, like all the famous Lisa Sasevich sayings. And people and they have beautiful art. One of my clients did beautiful art. And I'm telling you, 4 out of the 6 people bought, the upsell package to continue to work privately with me. And those are 5-figure investments. And while I know they wanted the coaching, I've got to tell you, they were like, do I get my cards? One woman decided the next day. I let her have 24 hours for a particular reason. And she was like, wait, do I get the cards still? So it doesn't have to be a mega thing. These things probably cost me $5 or $10 to produce. Obviously there's the art and all the thought that went into it, but they're rare. And for someone who is tied to my campus and my teachings, picking one of these cards each day, and it says you can't outgive God, you're like, all right, that's my message for the day, whatever it was, really was meaningful and meaningful to me too. So it could be something like that. Maybe you never do one-on-one anymore and your Pokemon ghost card is your one-on-one time. Another thing for me, generally, I don't review someone's pitch from their prior event. I don't need to. I can tell by what happened, and I can ask questions, and I can look at their deck, and I can see whether they're hitting the markers to convert at their event or not. I can see it in 10 minutes. But people love it when I watch their old pitch, and it definitely does bring, from their last event or watch their prior webinar that they're trying to make convert more. So many cases with a VIP client, if they send the wire that day or they put down their deposit, they're ready to commit. Right when we talk, we call this a fast action scholarship. A Pokemon ghost card I have is that if they send over their prior webinar or pitch, I will watch it prior to us meeting. And that's very meaningful for people. It's definitely helpful. And it's something that I don't just offer in general, so it's exclusive. So let's get the wheels turning. What is your Pokemon ghost card or your Princess House cake plate? And how can you use that to inspire people to say yes to themselves on the spot when you make an irresistible offer?